Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Kaz. And today we're having another episode of Walk on the Wild Side, Part 3. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make some onion pancakes and some fish fillets in black bean sauce. And so we got a lot to do, so we might as well get down to it. And let's see, first thing I want to do is slice up the fish and toss that into the marinade. Let's see, where's the knife? Here we go. And with the fish, you just want to cut it into some smaller pieces here. Some of the larger pieces you might want to cut in half yet again. And another piece of fish here. And this is roughly about between 3/4 of a pound and a pound of cod. And you can use walleye, or you could use perch or halibut or what other kind of really, well, leaning towards a firm-fleshed fish. And let's see, might as well get together a little bit of a marinade here. Oh. And what we need now is a couple of egg whites. And there we go, there's one. See, where can I hide this at? No, we'll just sit it up in front. Make it look like somebody's looking at you. No, that won't work. Well, we'll figure out something to do with it. If it spills, it spills. Them's the breaks. Eggs break, you know. So, take 2 egg whites. Oh, everything got in that time. Oh, split it, but I saved it just in time. Oh no, it's spilling all over. Okay, got a little bit of yellow in there too, but hey, what can I say? So, take our egg whites like that, and we take a tad of soy sauce, with just a tad, and some freshly ground pepper, and let's see, what else do we have lying around that isn't moving? Ah, here we go. A little bit of wine vinegar, and we want to add just a tad of cornstarch. Let's see. In case you're wondering, about this much is a tad. We'll make it a tad and a half. And I'll put that back over there. Take our whisk and just whisk this all up. And the main thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your cornstarch separates and mixes in, you know, pretty evenly. You know, you don't want lumps of cornstarch sitting all over the place. And now we'll just take and toss our fish in here. Mix that up a bit. And we'll just set that off to the side and let it marinate for a while. And what we'll do now, we'll start making the onion pancakes. And let's see, where's the flour? Ah, there it is, hiding behind the fish. Oh, and you might have noticed the fish are back. We settled everything out of court. Of course, my lawyers had to have a good talk with them, but they finally saw things my way. And what we have there is roughly about a cup and a third, cup and a quarter, somewhere around there, of just plain everyday flour. Here we have warm water. It's not white wine, although sometimes I wish it was. And we take about a half a cup of water. Now let's put everything together and put this back in. This is the first time I'm making these things using a food processor, so who knows if they'll come out or not. Also, I also happened to forget to bring my rolling pin, but we can improvise. That's what cooking is all about. And we just let that mix around a little bit for a second there. See what it looks like in here. Oh, it looks pretty good. Let's just mix it around a tad more. Now, let's see, just take a little bit of oil here, put it on the hands, put it on the old board over here. Don't want everything to stick here. And you want to do here is just mix this around a bit, knead it up. Whoa, things are going crazy here. That's the problem with doing this stuff on a table that isn't too sturdy. Some, like us feeble-minded people, it doesn't stand straight sometimes. So we'll just take and knead that up just a bit. And over here I have what is some dried chives and dried onions that I mixed together, and I put to soak in some water so as to, allow it to rehydrate. And you could use the fresh stuff if you want. Also, I'm going to toss in a little bit of garlic. So let me clean off a piece of garlic here. And some of you out there might be saying, hey, he's got some really funny looking onions out there. And actually, what those funny looking little green onions in the front are you know how you buy a big bag of onions and they start sprouting before you get a chance to use them all? Well, these are the little things that sprout off of them. And during the winter, it's a really good substitute for green onions. If you can't get good green onions, or if they just don't look that great, I'll just use those instead. It works out really well. And here we have a little bit of garlic. Let's see, what can I press this out on? We'll use this plate here to mix our stuff. And these things really come in handy here. I used to not want to use one of those because one time someone told me that they caused the garlic to get a bit bitter, but I've since found out otherwise. And it all depends on how you want it for the dish that you're preparing. And this is just a lot easier way to mince it, get it down into very small particles. And let's just do up one more. And by the way, I'm letting the dough rest over here. It's also beginning to stick, but it's also resting there. And mix that together there. There's only one thing I don't like about these. They're extremely hard to clean. Once this stuff gets in there, it's hard to get all the little pieces out of there unless you got a brush that fits in. And they came out with new ones now where all you got to do is reverse it, put the thing the other way, and it automatically cleans it out. I swear, modern technology. What will they think of next? And let's just take a little bit of this stuff here, squeeze some of the excess water out, toss that on there. And even though this does look rather disgusting, it will turn out to be, hopefully, pretty good. And we'll just take a fork and mix this stuff up here. And let's just set that off to the side for the moment. And knead this around a little. And you might say, hey, he's getting green things in there. Don't worry, the green things are going to go in there anyways. So it doesn't really matter if they go in there now or if they go in there later. And just mix this around a bit. Take the old improvised rolling pin here. Just take and roll this out a bit. Okay. And what you want to do now is take and divide your dough up a little bit here. Whoa! Excuse me. Things get a little bit warm under these lights. Things slip, what can I say? And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we could take and cut all these roughly in half yet. And what you want to do is take and get these, like I said, you divide it into about 8 to 10 pieces, depending. And you take your rolling pin and you just put them out like this. Oh, a little bit too thin there. Let's try that one more time. And you want to get it out to it so that it's about 3, maybe 4 inches around. And this is a good hint for you bachelors out there. If you need a rolling pin, anything round will do. And now we take a little bit of our mixture here. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, forgot, we got to put the Crisco on first. And let's see, what can I use to spread the Crisco? How about a Crisco knife? Actually, it's a butter knife, but hey, what can I say? We're using it for Crisco, not butter. So you take and spread a little bit of your shortening there. It doesn't necessarily have to be Crisco. It's just what I happen to have lying around the house. And you take some of your mixture here, and you spread it around. And then you take and you roll this up so that it looks something like a jelly roll. At least it's supposed to look something like a jelly roll. And take and move it around like this, spin it around, try and tuck your ends underneath, pull out the old rolling pin. Not cooperating, but what can I say? It'd be a lot easier if I had a real rolling pin. It's not coming out. So we'll put this one on the side and we'll try again. And I think what we'll do here then, instead of doing it that way, since I don't have a rolling pin, is we'll just do it by hand. Kind of like a little pizza pie, you know, and the ones where you throw it up in the air, let it spread out by itself. Let nature work for you. Centrifugal force. Well, actually, it's centripetal force, but we won't talk about that. Take a little bit of Crisco, spread it out on here. Excuse me. Oh, man, it's hot under these lights. I don't believe this. You can tell it's getting to be warm outside when it really gets hot in these studios here. Take and put on a little bit of our onion mixture. And we can start warming this up here. About a medium heat. Take and roll this up. Roll it around once again. And then just take and squish it. I swear these things, they look somewhat disgusting, but they're pretty good. And they go along really well with Chinese food. And so, here we have one onion pancake. Might as well make two while we're at it. I know the crew won't be satisfied with just one. Although, maybe they won't like them. But hey, that's their prerogative. If they don't like it, they don't have to eat it. So, here we have another one. Stretch it out just a bit. Take and put a little bit of our... Oh, forgot the Crisco. I'll put the Crisco on top. It's pretty much the same thing. It still gets inside there. And I'll put a little bit more of this on top. And now, is this improvision or is this improvision? You know, that's the only way to cook. You know, go to the store, see what they got good, and buy it, and then figure out what you're going to do with it. It's the best way to do it. So, just mix that around. And actually, you could add just about anything you want to these to give them the flavor you want. You could toss in a little bit of red pepper or a little bit of, like I put in garlic. Normally, there's just supposed to be onions in it. And you could toss in a little bit of ginger, some regular onions, some curry powder, some Szechuan peppercorns, whatever you want. And now that this is starting to warm up here, just take and pour just a tad of oil down. Let's see. And see, how warm is it in there? It's warm. Let's take and toss our couple of pancakes in there. Turn down the heat a little bit. We don't want them to cook too quickly here. We're going to cover those up, let them cook. And what we're going to do now is we're going to velvet our fish. And what that is you take your fish and you don't really put it into vigorously boiling water. What you do is you take water that's just simmering and you put them into it. Let's just cool that down a bit. There we go. And just, nope. It looks Looks like it didn't slice through all the way in some parts, but that's okay. Just take and toss these in here. Just let those sit in there for a minute. And what we can do now, first of all, clean all this junk off. And we can start working on our stuff for the wok. Tell you what, why don't we take a short break right now? We'll be back in a minute.
It's easy to choose foods that taste good, but it can be hard to choose foods that are good for you. The current issue of William Beaumont Hospital's quarterly magazine is packed full of nutrition information that can help you make food choices with your health in mind. Obtain a free copy of the Beaumont Quarterly by calling 288-2514.
Hey, we're back again. And you may have noticed that I was just taking some of the fish out of the water over here. And actually, it just has to be in the water for a little over a minute, maybe 2 or 3 minutes at the most. You know, it cooks pretty fast, you know, in the hot water. So, see, that's about done right there. Use that for our sauce later. What's that drop of stuff in there? Who knows? Must be a little bit of water it got in there. And our wok is starting to smoke here, so I guess it's hot enough. And what we're going to do is, let's see, where's the oil? We need a drop of, oh, that's more than a drop of oil. Let's just pour a little bit of it out over there. And this should be enough oil. And here I have an onion that I have quartered. Take and toss that in there. Break it apart a bit. Oh, so hot the stuff's jumping out. And let's just let that sit there and sizzle for a minute. Clean off a piece of garlic real quick here. In fact, extremely quick. I'm making a mess, but I don't care at the moment. I'm on a tight schedule, and we people on tight schedules, we don't have time to worry about that kind of stuff. So, let's just take a couple more cloves here. Hey, get back over there. And a little bit over here. And our onions are starting to burn here. Come on, break apart. And what we're doing there now, take our garlic, one more piece. We got all our pieces of garlic. Take and toss our garlic in into our little masher here. And you might have heard me say earlier that this was going to be fish with black bean sauce. You might be wondering, you know, what kind of beans are those, you know, if you've never heard of fermented black beans. What it is it's just soybeans that they've allowed to ferment along with some garlic, a little bit of ginger, and quite a bit of salt. And they look kind of disgusting too, but not really that bad. And here they are right here. I got to crush these up a little bit. If you're going to be using these you got to make sure that you wash them down good, because like I said, they're extremely salty. And you got to mash them up together with a little bit of garlic. And pour that back in. See, actually, I should have had all this stuff done already, but I thought I'd be doing it all impromptu. So you can toss that in. Stir fry this around a bit. And we'll take some of our broth that we have sitting here. Add that in for a little bit of a sauce. You know, if you want, you could use something more along the lines of like a chicken broth or something like that. But actually, I prefer to use, you know, like the stock of whatever type of meat that I'm using. And you can toss our fish in here now, along with the red pepper in a minute. I know Jeffrey's just going to love that. He always does. Now there's one man who can really eat hot stuff, I swear. It amazes me sometimes. And just pour in the rest of our fish. And where's the red peppers? Here they are. We'll make it one of them. I don't want to poison the crew too badly. And just take and mix our red pepper in there. Now we'll just stir fry everything up just a bit here. You don't want to be too violent when you're doing this because it's going to cause the fish to fall apart. As you can see, it's starting to flake. And let's see, what else could I toss in here? There we go. A little bit of black pepper. Oh no, I forgot about the pancakes. A good thing I turned the heat down, or else we might have had really dark pancakes. And let's turn the heat up just a tad more. And what else can we toss in here? A little bit more soy sauce, but be careful with the soy sauce, especially if you're doing a dish with black beans, because soy sauce is extremely salty, as is the black beans, and so you might end up with a dish that's too salty to eat. Let's see how this sauce tastes. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. Oh, we might as well toss the rest of this stuff in here, just for the taste of it. And that's the advantage of stir frying. You can do just about anything you want. There are no set rules. That's just like with everything else that I cook. I follow no set rules. Some of the guys saw that I have a cookbook on the side over here. Say, hey, you know, I can't cook everything off the top of my head. And let's just try a piece of fish. See how the fish is coming out. Pretty good, but where is it? Oh, yeah. A little bit of vegetable seasoning here. And another red pepper. What can I say? Can hardly taste the red pepper here. And I tried this new restaurant over the weekend. They serve cuisine from Thailand, and it was really good. And the food was extremely spicy. You know, if you're a novice, you know, first time you're going there, you know, don't say, oh yeah, I eat hot stuff all the time and get the hot stuff, because you literally won't be able to eat it. You know, like I eat a lot of hot stuff. The medium is about as far as I can go on some of the dishes at the moment. But I'm steadily trying to work my way up. Let's see. And as far as these pancakes go, they're supposed to be a little bit more flat, but what can I say? I didn't have a rolling pin. Well, might as well try and bring some of this mess together now. Just real quick, yeah, I just want to toss a few of these in. Green onions. Well, like green onions. I told you where I actually got them, but just take and toss them in. And with these, you just want to let them warm up a bit. You don't want to cook them, because, you know, once you cook them, they're going to start to get a little bit soggy. And you don't want soggy veggies. So no. What you want is nice firm vegetables. And I think I might have left some fish in there. It's turning that into fish soup. But hey, we could have that later. And let's just dump this junk into there. Try and make ourselves a clean plate. And, oh, excuse me again. Oh, this is terrible. We got to get some air conditioning in here. It's a hint to the management here. Although it's still not summer, I really can't complain yet. People normally don't have their air conditioning on. And what we'll do here is, where's my scoop? There's the scoop. Take and put some of this out. And I guess we could turn the heat down underneath here. And this can be served over rice, over noodles, over really anything you want. Just take and put this off of the hot burner. And, oh, that one's on too. And so, let's see how our pancakes are doing here. To tell you the truth, I'm almost afraid to try these. Okay, watch that. Well, might as well. Let's take and put one down here. slice a little piece off. Turned out pretty good. So, put one there. Ooh, hot one. Put another one there. And here we have fish with black bean sauce, a little bit of garlic in there too, with some onion and garlic pancakes. And something really simple to make, trying to stay with the theme for Lent. And like I said, my fish are back. The lawyers told them, hey, you guys got a contract, you got to come back. So, if some of the guys from the crew would care to come up here and give this stuff a try, I got chopsticks here. Also got a fork for guys who don't know how to use chopsticks. Jeff? Yeah, I'll give you the fork. I think I got another one over here somewhere. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, just wipe it off over there. Interesting flavor, huh? Here, let me... It's good if you let it soak up a little bit of juice. Let me get a piece of this for Ray over here. There you go. And I guess that just about brings another episode of Cooking with Kaz to an end. Hopefully. I'll see you all next time. I can't really say for sure when I'm going to be doing another show. We're getting into the heavy part of school now. All my chemistry and trigonometry is closing in around me. So, until next time, have a good day, and may your God be with you.